Hello everyone, this is Saurav and welcome to Orissa Post Live, and these are today's top headlines. Coinciding with Lord Jagannath's Niladri Bijay following the annual Rath Yatra, people in Odisha Friday observed Rasagolla Divasa to underscore the cultural significance of the sweet delicacy in the state. The day is observed as Rasagolla Divas because, according to tradition, Lord Jagannath offers Rasagolla to his consort goddess Lakshmi on this day to appease her anger. With the low pressure area in the Bay of Bengal intensifying into a depression, the IMD Friday forecast heavy rainfall across Odisha over the next 4 days. According to IMD, the depression was centered at 8:30 am over northwest and adjoining west central Bay of Bengal, situated approximately 70 km southeast of Puri, 130 km east of Gopalpur, 130 km south-southeast of Paradeep, and 240 km east-northeast of Kalingapatnam. Microsoft users worldwide, including banks and airlines, reported widespread outages Friday, hours after the technology company said it was gradually fixing an issue affecting access to Microsoft 365 apps and services. The cause, exact nature, and scale of the outage was unclear. As hundreds of aircraft around the world came to a grinding halt due to a widespread global computer outage, Indigo Friday said the option to rebook a flight or claim a refund was temporarily unavailable. Indigo also shared a list of 192 flights, saying they were cancelled due to a cascading effect of the worldwide travel system outage. The Supreme Court Friday said a public interest litigation seeking a court-monitored investigation into the electoral bond scheme will be heard July 22. A bench comprising Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices J.B. Pardiwala and Manoj Misra took note of the submissions of lawyer Prashant Bhushan and said the PIL of two NGOs, Common Cause and the Center for Public Interest Litigation, is listed for hearing Monday. The Supreme Court Friday agreed to examine the contours of Article 361 of the Constitution, which grants blanket immunity to governors from any kind of criminal prosecution. The top court's order came on a plea of a contractual woman employee of West Bengal Raj Bhavan who has alleged molestation by Governor C.V. Anandabose and her wrongful confinement by the officials there. The Union Public Service Commission today initiated a series of actions against probationary IAS officer Pooja Khedkar, including registration of a police case against her for availing attempts in the civil services exam by faking identity. The Commission also issued a show cause notice for cancellation of a candidature for the Civil Services Examination 2022 and debarment from future examination selections. The Supreme Court Friday dismissed interim bail petitions filed by two men, Radhesham Bhagwan Das and Raju Bhai Babulal, who had been convicted for raping Bilkis Bano and killing her family during the 2002 riots in Gujarat's Godhra. Bhagwan Das and Babulal had sought temporary release till the top court ruled on a fresh remission plea. Internet and mobile services were cut off in Bangladesh Friday following days of violent protests over the allocation of government jobs, with local media reports saying at least 28 people had been killed this week. The protests, which began a week ago and escalated sharply Monday, are the biggest since Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was re-elected for a fourth consecutive term in a January election that was boycotted by the main opposition parties. Wall Street Journal reporter Ivan Gershkovich was convicted Friday of espionage and sentenced to 16 years in a maximum security prison on charges that his employer and the US government have rejected as fabricated. The conclusion of his swift and secretive trail in the country's highly politicized legal system could potentially clear the way for a prisoner swap between Moscow and Washington. That's all for today's top headlines. Stay tuned to Orissa Post Live.